Hello, my name is Katrina, and I wanted to talk to you guys today about spirituality and how to open up the topic to other people who aren't spiritual. So, this can be an incredibly frustrating and confusing thing to get into with people, especially people who are unfamiliar with spirituality. A lot of people try to go through the motions of talking about psychedelics, quantum physics, many different ways to justify or prove spirituality to other people. And while it does have scientific facts around it that can prove it, a lot of people just aren't turned on to the idea. And one of the main reasons that is that human beings are based in logic. They like to have first-hand experience and understanding of a subject generally before they will believe and put it into reason for themselves. So, with most spiritual people, we have had our own experiences, whether it be success in visualization and manifestation, or being able to see auras, the very realistic tarot card readings. There are so many different forms of it that it is mind-boggling. I hate to admit that I am still discovering new forms of spirituality, so I am no expert by any means in all the different forms it can take. But the point is, it has become a basis of logic for us. We have understood it, we have perceived it firsthand, and thus it makes sense to us, and it is our reality. For a lot of atheists or people who just don't believe in spirituality, they need to see it firsthand in order to believe it, and so it can be very hard to try to prove it to somebody in one sitting, and oftentimes many people double down when there's resistance towards something that they've seen firsthand and they believe in, and so they will go on and on and on. And I like to compare that to a friend who's really into cryptocurrency. They've made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of it, and they want you to invest because they see the merit in it. You're just not in line with it. You don't want firsthand experience, and you're not ready to open up to it. And so there can be this kind of conflict between what your basis for what you want to do and operate in is and what they want to do and operate, and they're trying to force something on you that you're not ready to do. So one of the best ways that I like to recommend to people for opening up others to spirituality is to acknowledge where they're at and that they're completely right to believe what they believe, which is you have no logic to base this off of. All of this is false to you. From your viewpoint, you can't see auras. You've never had any incredible miraculous manifestations happen in your life that make you believe like you're a child of the universe. There's nothing. And so you have to see it that way for them and to look through their eyes. So it would be incredibly difficult to get them to start believing in something when it's nothing for them. So acknowledging where they're at, and then saying, I can't show it to you. Most people can't, unless you're a fortune teller or have telekinesis power, something that you can immediately show them. It would be very hard to do it. So admitting that this is a completely subjective experience that you have to be open to, and then if you do wish to give them tools and resources, I know some people say drugs are a good choice. I wouldn't recommend it. There are many different ways to open up your third eye that are outside of the drug realm. Meditation, for example, is extremely good and reliable. It strengthens and thickens your prefrontal cortex, and then also the connections your brain has from your prefrontal cortex to your subconscious mind. And through it, the pineal gland as well, which is a place that is very sensitive to light and also produces DMT. So it is very much so the spiritual center of the brain because of those two things. Meditation, incredibly amazing. Sorry. And then also, human beings in America in particular, 60% over the age of 18 have a either calcified or partially calcified pineal gland, which is what I just discussed. And it can mess with your melatonin production, your DMT production. Many different types of chemicals are formed in this area of the brain that are that impact you spiritually if it's not functioning correctly. So iodine is something that decalcifies your pineal gland and helps it to function in the correct way. Those two things to start out with are absolutely amazing, and they will open the door for most people who have dormant spiritual gifts. Also, one of the things that a lot of spiritual people feel is correct is for other people to mirror what we believe, because we feel we have a social responsibility to turn everyone spiritual because we've seen how transformative it is in our lives. And reality, in a sense, is very subjective as to what you're coming here to do. So a lot of people think every single person should be a data programmer, right? They should be behind the computer doing the ones and the zeros, sorting out, doing the grid, this, that, and the other. And we all come here with many different jobs. There are some people that they work on a computer, right? They do customer service, right? There are other people that have to design websites, this, that, and the other. And so we're all looking at this computer and we're using it in different ways. And there is no right or wrong way to do it. And if somebody wishes to live their reality in a certain way, it is not right or wrong. And spirituality also is not the ultimate gift to have. It is a very useful tool, much like intelligence, right? It is very, very useful to have this, and it is life-changing for the people who understand what it means. But there are so many other gifts out there, and so when you close yourself off to other people and prioritize this as the end all, you might be shutting yourself out to people who could develop you creatively, introspectively, to understand mathematics, to understand deeper philosophical understanding about society right now as it is. We have so many different skills, each and every one of us, and spirituality can be just one of them, right? And so diving deeper into relationships beyond spirituality and seeing who that soul is super important. And yeah, I find that sometimes spirituality, what is meant to open yourself up to everyone and love them for their own individual selves, can completely shut you down and make you feel so disconnected and closed off from others. So don't let it be something that hinders you from connecting with people in other ways. And yeah, if you guys like this video, I believe this will be my first one. I don't know. I'm kind of on a kick right now to make a bunch of them, but I think this is going to be the first one I post. If you like this, subscribe, like. My name is Katrina. I hope you have a nice day.